It's a phallic-looking object. Just speak right into it. They caught that one. They're just getting rid of it. And of course, my man on the mic and on the wheels of steel, our elder statesman, Super Dave. What's going on, Super Dave?
Hello.
Woo! I got a dirty mind. Anyway, so what's up, everybody? We want to thank you guys for joining us in, and we are here back again. And of course, we are continuing our illustrious Deacon Django series, which we are calling "You Stupid" in your relationship. Self-inflicted wounds. We had part 14 at this point. Hopefully we're going to get some people to get their mind right before the whole thing is over. And today's thing on our show is called the original forgivable and unforgivable sins. And of course I'm going to have my man Ron Don. You know, that's our highway cowboy, our administrator. He is the one that kind of put this post. He gave me an idea for this. And this is what we call the original forgivable and unforgivable sins. And basically what that is that whenever you have friendships, relationships, marriages, whatever you want to call it, goat and wolf cohabitations, there's some sins and unforgivable sins that you have in that situation. And the unforgivable sins in that situation and the forgivable sins in that situation, a lot of times we call those red flags. Red flags. Kind of it piggybacks off of our show when we said that some people need to come with warning labels. So the unforgivable sins. Are you following what I'm saying there, Head Sanford?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. What about you, Subversive? Are you feeling the unforgivable? Dave, you on point for me over here? You okay, angry black man?
I'm fine.
You okay?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. And today, what we're talking about, there was a situation, I guess, and this is a post we took from another group, and it was dealing with people being single versus being married, and why it seems that married people seem that they're missing out on singleness, and why single people yeah, you saw that. It kind of blew up last night, didn't it?
Did.
Yeah, one of my friends, my lawyer friends, he posted it, and it was about why it seems that single people are looking to get married, except for those single people that have already been married. And then why are married people looking like they're basking in the nature of singleness? And some married people are upset because it seems that they think that single people, the game has changed so much in far the realm of dating. So we put a post out last night. We wanted to argue, and that was concerning whether or not when you're single, should you be dating multiple people or should you date one person at a time? And the problem with that, I guess, that post is that these relationships or singleships turn into original sins, if you get my meaning. So we're going to ask, what are the original sins in a relationship, in a friendship, and what is destructive to it? So we're going to start off with you, Head Sanford. Come and tell me about what you consider let's talk about the forgivable sins.
Forgivable, just certain mistakes, you know. Certain mistakes is probably forgivable.
Just 1 second. This one over here beside you. What's up with this rolling eyes thing? What that supposed to mean? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Head Sanford. Go ahead.
Yeah, unforgivable is cheating and deceit. I mean, well, some people can forgive cheating, but deceit can cause you to. That's something that you really can't get over because the trust is gone.
The trust is gone.
Yeah,
like the thrill. The thrill.
So you don't see cheating as deceit? To me,
it's on the same level. Yeah, it's on the same level.
Come on, wait a minute.
I'm just wondering about that.
So you saying
separate the two?
So is cheating a forgivable sin or is it cheating an unforgivable sin?
It depends on the person. Some women will forgive a man. You know, women. Some will forgive a man for cheating. He can cheat over and over and they'll stay. Work it out.
Well, staying and forgiving are two different things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Staying has
okay.
nothing to do with forgiveness. Yeah.
So staying and forgiving is two different things.
Yes,
so
they
you
are.
saying that a person will stay if a man cheats for why?
But not necessarily forgiving, because sometimes it's just easier to stay,
Like Jodeci.
better the devil that you know than the demon that you don't.
Right.
So, And men do the same thing. A lot of men, people stay, period. A lot of men stay with women after they cheat on them. Why do they do that? They do it for the same reasons that women do.
Yep.
Sometimes it's just cheaper to keep him or her emotionally, physically, financially. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Huh. So, well, I'm okay. So, hold on. So that's kind of like I call a mid-level forgivable sin. That can be forgivable or unforgivable depending on the person. Basically, what you're saying.
Well, it might not ever be forgiven.
Huh?
Oh,
it may not be forgiven. It might be accepted.
Yeah, and accepted.
Okay, hold on. Your phallic object is it's malfunctioning.
Like I said, this is a phallic object for some. It's wishful thinking for others. Mm-hmm. So let's see what we can do to get that.
Yeah, we fix your object. Okay, hold on. There you go. Super Dave to the rescue. Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
Wonderful.
You are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You got to know how to handle it. Got to know how to grab it. Okay. Anyway,
like I said, wishful thinking for some. But anyway, like I said, it's things can be forgiven, but some things are forgiven conditionally. And just because a person stays with someone, that doesn't mean they forgive them.
Is there such a thing as conditional forgiveness?
Yes, there is. Yes,
Really?
there is. It's levels to it.
There's level to this?
Yeah. You ever heard of a person wearing a hair shirt? You don't get absolved because you put the shirt on, sweetie. You got to wear the shirt. You got to work your way. So, and there are some sins, big, small. It like Lorenz, like Head Samber said, it depends upon. Sorry.
Don't be calling that man.
Sorry.
Don't be calling that man. He got fans. Don't be calling that man out by his name.
It depends upon the person. Yeah. It depends upon the person, their tolerance level, what they can live with, what they cannot live with. So it's not a one size fits all. It's never going to be that way.
It's never going to be a one size.
No, it's kind of like what you want on your burger. There's a million different varieties, ways you can go. So, some things are more easily forgiven than others. Some people will forgive you for being unfaithful in a relationship, but you take their $500 that they had stuck in the stocking behind the peanut butter jar, and they will never forgive you for that. Some people consider their money the ultimate, even if it's a small amount.
Really?
Over their emotions.
So money can be an unforgivable sin?
Yes. Yes, it can. How many relationships have you seen fail because of not even a great amount of money? People that borrow money all the time and don't pay it back. And that doesn't have to be a male-female relationship or a romantic relationship. Money can tear apart friendships, business relationships, right. And it can be over a small amount of money. Mm-hmm. Right. It doesn't because it's the principle of the thing.
The principalities in this, like Big Worm. The
principalities of it, because and I'm one of those people. If someone borrows $50 from me, and then they say, they don't pay me back when they say, okay, where's my $50? Right. Well, you tripping over your $50, your little $50, but baby, it was a big 50 when you needed it.
Exactly.
Oh, they came to you like that with it?
Oh yeah, I had someone owe me $25. And did not pay me back. I said, well, you're supposed to pay me. You're supposed to pay me back yesterday. You know what she said to me? Well, I didn't pay you back because my transmission went out. I'm like, well, baby, my $25 is not going to rebuild your transmission.
I know that's real.
So come with my funds, because if you need it again, I won't give it to you. So it's a lot of things. It's the principle.
It's the principality.
It's the principle.
I got family members that did me like that.
Oh man, I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Even though great Ma deal, I'm gonna give it back to you, Ma. Just take it, because I already know I ain't gonna see it. I already know.
There's small things, and also your mouthpiece. Your mouthpiece can commit.
Oh, your mouthpiece.
Your mouthpiece
can get a lot of debts forgiven.
Speaking upon other people can be one of the biggest sins that you can commit, and whether they choose to forgive you or not, like I said, that's on the individual. But speaking on people, speaking on their business, that's a good one.
No,
to me, that's an
unforgivable
sin.
That can do good things. Anyway,
I'm relating it to speaking only.
Oh, to speaking only.
To speaking only.
Okay, well, yes. let me play the devil's advocate here. Okay. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think that people, and it's actually going to tie into your conversation, while we bumping some of this Johnny Taylor about this cheaper to keeper. But you got to get people that want to be kept, first of all, before you can keep her.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Let's just put it out here. I think people put too much emphasis in cheating.
Oh,
I know that.
Really?
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, cheating. I know someone whose wife cheated on him, and he's no longer with us as a result of what she did.
But remind me never be introduced to that friend of yours.
No. My friend is deceased, but his wife cheated on him.
Oh, you're talking about it was life-threatening
The
for
wife cheated on the husband who was faithful,
right?
And she gave him AIDS. She was a carrier. She cheated on him with someone who was HIV positive. She became HIV positive, and she gave it to her husband. Unfortunately, he developed full-blown AIDS, and he was dead in less than a year. She's still alive, walking around looking perfectly healthy on modern medications. If she takes a test, we all know the thing is going to come back negative because you can't even see the factors in the blood anymore when it's properly treated. Excuse me. But, cheating can be a matter of life and death. So a lot of people that are educated in those matters, and I am a former STD educator for children, and it's a lot bigger than people think. It's not just so much of what you did. No, baby, sometimes it's what you keep and what you carry that you can't get rid of. So I don't think that people should trivialize cheating. This is not the 60s or the 70s when we didn't have this information.
Hold on, Subversive. Why you up here trying to be all up in mind? I'm just saying. What? Okay, let me rephrase that. Let me retort.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm saying when I said that people put too much emphasis in cheating, I think that when we talk about cheating, and look, I understand cheating is bad. Nobody wants to be cheated on because it's a level of betrayal and disrespect. When it comes to men, and I can only speak for a man because I am a man, that when it comes to cheating, men can typically have no multiple connection. We have no intimate connection with the woman that we cheat on. And usually when men cheat, we cheat downwards. We're never going to cheat on the same level with the woman that we have. And whatever our reasons are, whether it's something missing at home, whether it's something that we're not getting at home, whether it's
or just a dog and it don't have nothing to do with home.
Well, that depends.
Hold on, baby. A man can be getting a full course steak dinner at home every night, and he will go to Taco Bell and cheat off the 50-cent menu. Don't play.
Well, that's because the taco was cheap and easy. Okay, you're hungry.
Yeah, but those tacos have a tendency to get kind of moldy when they sit out for a while, especially when every dog walk by licking on them. Okay, bacteria.
Bodies tacos sitting out if it turn green. Then we ain't got to do nothing with that, then, woman. So I'm just okay. So what I'm saying is now, if a woman cheat, that could be a whole different taco. You done lost her. If she cheat on you, she probably didn't got an intimate connection or emotional connection tied to guy. But don't get it twisted. There's some women out here that will cheat and have they just like the men. They running them in and out, taking a number. One go out the door, one come in the door, right behind each other. Mm-hmm. And I just need to ask them in that case, was the line moving briskly or did they have to take a number that day? Mm-hmm. So, and here's the reason why I say that, because when we talk about unforgivable sins and forgivable sins, is that there are so many things that a person can do to a relationship to ruin it that have nothing to do with cheating. And that's when we said, when we talk about people putting their mouth on a relationship, one of the most uncomfortable things, one of the most disrespectful things that a person can do in a relationship is undermine your relationship while you're in it. Mm-hmm. And what I'm talking about, what's up with the eyes all up this? What's up? Is there a fly out there?
I'm just enjoying the paint.
Okay, well, enjoy the phallic object. What I'm saying is that, the worst thing a person can do, and I'm not talking about people that don't necessarily tell your business about your relationship. I'm talking about people that undermine you. See, I had a situation in my life once upon a day back in backsliding days, is that I had a girlfriend that liked to undermine my relationship. And what I say is undermine my relationship is that even though we were in a relationship, even though we were together, she spoke negatively about me in the relationship to our friends, or at least our circle of friends, or the friends that she was closer to in the circle than I was. And a lot of that stuff got back to me. And I'm like, okay, is it not that you don't want to be in this no more? Because one thing I don't do when we talk about the character of people is that I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that you undermine my relationship. If you got an issue with my dress code, if you got an issue with my looks, you better understand these are choices that you made when you signed on for the deal. Okay? If I get up in the morning and you put that bonnet on your head, okay, and you look like a werewolf when you come out the bathroom, I understand that that's what you look like when I dated you, and I have to take the good and the bad with you. So I'm not going to go into my relationship and say, yo, man, I don't know what this is. I mean, I thought she was fine, and then she get up, she don't take care of herself. She sit up and lay in the bed all day. She's lazy. And you have people that are like that. They will sit around here, and they'll be in a relationship with you, and they'll sit around here and undermine you to their close confidants. And to me, that is an unforgivable sin, because what people think of, so they speak. So if a person has an issue with you, they're going to sit around here and they're going to say certain things about you that one day, and here's my problem. If you got an issue with anything that goes on in a relationship, come to me first. Okay? Come to me first. Don't let me find out that your friends have sat around here and you've been telling them stuff about the relationship that is uncomfortable in our personal business, or there's something about me that you don't like and you haven't discussed it with me. Because my thing is, if you communicate, and the communication is key, if you communicate something in a relationship, people can fix it if they feel that there's a lack or a subject there. I mean, it can be anything. It can be your sex life. It can be, my boo letting himself go, like he doesn't care about how he dress when we go out, blah, 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 blah. Those are things that you address with your mate at first. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Those things don't need to end up in the purview of your confidants, and then your friend is cool with them, and they like, I heard, man, that she don't even, she don't like the way you dress, or she don't like the way you look, she don't like the style of your haircut, the way you line your beard. I'm like, what? So you have to understand those are unforgivable sins. Now, Subversive, we're going to talk about this because me and you had a conversation about this a long time ago, and this was about the friendship.
What aspect
right
of
you up here?
What aspect of the friendship?
Well, when okay, friendships, confidants, friends we grew up with, friends we hang out with, bucket list friends. I love the bucket list friends. Those are the great ones. You know what the bucket list friends are, don't you?
No, explain, please.
Oh, do I need to explain that to you?
Yes, please. Let everyone know.
Okay, the bucket list friends are you ever had? I'm gonna put it out there because you're the female in the group. Have you ever seen a female that went to high school with a bunch of guys, and then they kind of had the digs for them? And then now they up in their 40s. Everybody's went their way, lived their life for about 20, 25 plus years. Now all of a sudden they see them again in their 40s and they want to hook up. Mm-hmm. Those are called the bucket list friends. Those are the ones that you missed out on in high school and college. And now that either y'all are out of a relationship or you've been through your divorce, now they look appetizing to you. Have you ever seen those?
I've seen that happen.
It's happened.
I haven't personally experienced it, but I've seen it happen. Yes, I have. Now that we are, of a certain age, been out of high school, college for quite a long time. I've seen quite a few people. They go through their first marriage, their first set of relationships, they get divorced, and they end up married to someone that they actually grew up with. That they've come full circle, and now they're completely happy because they are adults, they are mature, and the difference now is that they actually know what they're looking for, and they're able to recognize it in another person. So it's funny that you would say that because I've seen an astounding number of childhood friends get married.
Oh, so they settled. Okay.
No, it's not settling. It's just that people have to grow and mature and figure out what they do want and what they do not want.
So that comes around what, age 50? Somewhere in that area?
No, I would say it definitely comes around usually after 35, typically after 40. And we all know that men. Well, we know that men do mature slower than women typically.
Oh, we do.
Not all, not all, but typically.
Y'all hear this,
that's why human women reach a reproductive age way before men do. So to say that mentally,
excuse me. Human women.
Humans, yes. I threw in the word human because Deacon DeJango has a tendency to get, go into goats and wolves and things of that nature. So I just wanted
I was thinking aliens myself.
I wanted to clarify that we are speaking of humans because when I say mature at a quicker rate, reproductive, the next word is going to be about a goat. I just wanted to make sure we are talking about human beings. So.
I just see. That's what I'm saying. Y'all gonna get enough about messing around about my goats and the wolves. Y'all gonna the jokes.
But I mean,
Jokes.
we've all seen the jokes. We've heard the jokes. We've seen the memes. The female skeleton sitting in the rocking chair. It says a black woman waiting on a good black man. You'll be dead, gone, beard. You'll still be sitting there waiting, baby, because he is not coming. And if you look at the statistics, I'm big on statistics. If you look at the statistics of brothers that get married and start families and actually stay married and stay with their families and raise their children in a 2-parent home, and they do it from a young age, and they stay there the whole time, and they die, till death do us part, the number has shrank amazingly. When we were children, we saw our parents and our grandparents, who were our people. They used to get married and stay married till death do us part. They had 60-year marriages. Now you have people that are in their 40s and 50s and they've never been married. And if they have been married, 9 times out of 10, they have the war stories to tell you about it. So people don't, and last week when we were talking about the desperation of some women to get married, most women, by the time they hit 40, they would have assumed that they were getting pretty close to the 20-year mark with their husband. But unfortunately, millions of women have never even had that first husband. They've never experienced marriage, and that's a lot of the reason why it's been elevated to a fairy tale experience that we all know is not true.
Well, but that's the point. It's not necessarily it's been elevated. The problem is, look, I have friends I went to high school with. They've been married 20 years now. 25 plus years. It's not just a fairy tale experience. It's a new age way.
No, I'm saying it's been elevated to a fairy tale experience because the majority of the population is not doing it anymore.
Well, you know why? It's a new because it's a new
not
age.
the norm.
It's a new age. It's a new age definition. And what I'm talking with you about, and like I said, we talked about this several weeks ago. Me and you was about sleeping with your friends. When we talk about the bucket list friends, the friends you grew up with. Sleeping with your friends, and you told me about a scenario. You said if you sleep with your friend, you want to lose them. Is that what you still believe that?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
See what I'm saying?
Sleep with your friends, will you lose? I think you would, though. I think if you sleep with
I don't believe in sleeping with friends.
No. Well, but people do it. I mean, just stop.
Those aren't friends.
Those ain't really
what
friends,
are they?
That's not the true definition of a friend.
That's not a true definition of a friend. But,
no, it's not.
But my point is, you're saying that people. Well, okay. Let's back that up. Let's back that up. Okay. Because your boyfriend, your girlfriend should be your best friend. Okay. The problem with it is, so your husband shouldn't be your best friend.
Well, okay, come on now.
No, okay, wait a minute.
Okay, so hold on. Typically, we're going to say your best friend is someone you should be able to speak to about everything.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
Okay. If you were my husband,
right.
Okay, you can empathize with the things I say to you because you know you better. Right. But unfortunately, you can't share those experiences with me. That's true. I can sit up with my best girlfriend in a group of women. We can talk about things, and the poor man just sitting there like, when they gonna let me loose? Let me up out of here. Unfortunately,
is he the gay friend?
No, okay. No. Oh. What I'm saying is that we are different. There are certain experiences that simply cannot be shared across male and female lines. There is a drawing point to having friends of the same sex and friends of the opposite sex.
Okay.
And then there are gender neutral benefits of being friends with people. There's certain things that a male friend can give a female.
Right.
As far as advice, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. So It really doesn't. A friend is a friend, but a friend should be absolute. To my definition, a true friend is just the same as a family member.
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, true friends, and let's just get definition, because people, and I said this last night when we were talking on the post about dating multiple people, is that a true friend is someone usually you probably grown up with. You've known them since y'all had snaggle teeth. Remember snaggle teeth? That was the term back in the day when we were 4 or 5 years old. That's when you lost all your teeth. Yeah. Used to pull a ponytail. Y'all used to fart around each other and laugh about it. You knew your mama and them. His mama could whoop your butt. Her mama could whoop your butt. You see what I'm saying? You went to their house and played, and that was, and then y'all used to play the little, the little boy when y'all were little. You like me. Yes, I like you. You write it down, stuff like that. And then you grew out of it as you got older, and y'all went on with your lives, and you always stayed friends to this day. Those to me are friends. Okay? A guy you meet and you like him, and you seem to just hang out with him and be cool with him is technically not your friend. That's more of a confidant or an associate. Right.
That's an associate.
Right. So the reason why I say that when we say that, I say your boyfriend, girlfriend should be your best friend, because here's where the problem comes in. It's because people reverse engineer. They do it back asswards. as they say. Because what people do is they get into the relationship, the sex starts. Okay, now all of a sudden they've had the sex with the person. Now all of a sudden they want to start being friends. Okay, and it's hard to do that because what has happened now is now you've got to sit around here and deal with the person who put their representative up that got you into the bed. You understand what I'm saying? The person that got you into the bed, now they're going to keep that representative up and try to pretend that they're your friend. And what is going to happen is that once that representative drops off, and that representative will drop off, okay, then all of a sudden you're going to see all these red flags and you're going to wonder 3, 6 months, 9 months into your friendship, who is this person? Because everything that they said they was to get you in that bed is not who they are. Okay, so that's why this is why these things backfire, is because people try to reverse engineer it. They want to start with the intimacy first, then they want to sit around here because they liked it. Oh yeah, you rub my fur real good. Now all of a sudden, let's be friends. Now I need to know your last name. For in case we go out somewhere, I disappear, I need to know what your last name is. Because, you got people that sleep together don't even have each other's last name in their phones. So my thing about it is that now people want to go backwards and say, let's be friends. And it doesn't work out is because the person that they dealt with up to that point was a representative. Okay? Now, when it comes to your friend, your lifelong friends, okay, and I'm not talking about people that technically you even meet at high school level. I'm talking about people you go back to, like I said, with snaggle teeth. Daycare. Right. People you've known, they mama and them, and they mama was like your mama. Those are the people that turn up to be your true life real friends. You see what I'm saying? So what people need to understand when we talk about the forgivable and unforgivable sins, and I had to tell a person this. I said, well, if the only thing you can take away is that you made a mistake sleeping with a friend, that's where you have failed, because that's not where the mistake came. The mistake came is when you bring the representative out, and then now this so-called person that you thought is a friend, you're doing the same way you would do a boy. Let me tell you something. There's an old saying. You remember that old saying, there's a thin line between love and hate? You remember that? Okay, let me tell you why. There are people that be in relationships that love each other to death, have been together 4, 5, 6 years in a relationship. Now you see them today, they won't speak to each other. The other person, they come across the street, the other person walk across the street. There's a thin line between love and hate. So the problem is you don't ruin a friendship. If you're going to bring sex into a friendship, and I'm not talking about a friendship, I'm talking about an associateship. If you bring that into it, and if you try to decide you want to reverse engineer and make that person your friend, then you need to respect that person as you would your friend. Okay? If you don't respect that person as you would your friend, you put damage into the friendship, you put damage into the relationship. And those are things that are not forgivable. Because what happens is, there you go. There's a wolf over there. But anyway, what you do with that is you sit around here and you make it at a point that people have gotten to the point that they're trying to call people their friends that they're not really friends with. Okay? Friendship is always about respect, mutual respect. Like you said, subversive. People pay me my money, my $25. Remember that? And my whole thing about it is, you're right. Trust me, I've had friends that ain't paid me back my money. They said, Yango, lend me $50 and you don't see them again. Then when they get broke again, they calling you. And I'm thinking, you think I forgot about that $50, that you borrowed from me that you didn't pay back? So my thing becomes, yeah, you see.
I love that analogy because I have somebody ask me for $25. We'll just use $25 since that seems to be the good. We'll say $25. Ask me for $25, honey. I will pick up my $200 purse, get in my big truck with a $70 tank, and I can't help you. I don't even have $1 today, girl. In other words, just laugh in their face. Just
so you'll laugh in their face. That's the way you do with it. Okay.
Yes, but I believe under no circumstances, if someone is truly your friend, under no circumstances should sleeping with them even be an option. I feel like if sleeping with them is an option, then you need to face the fact that that's not your friend.
Right, it's not your friend.
And to me, friends are universal. I don't care if my friends are male or if they are female. Friend doesn't have a gender. A friend is a friend. To me, a friend, if I say you are my friend, that is just as good as you being my brother or my sister. I consider you family. I would do the same for you. You don't sleep with your biological brothers or sisters, therefore you should not sleep with your friends.
Well, we're in Arkansas, so let's just
anyway. We're not hillbillies.
In Kentucky and West Virginia, they would probably disagree.
But you know what I mean.
Well, that's what I said last night on the post when we talked about multiple dating.
Now, hold on.
I don't date my friends.
But also, I mean, people have the option. Mm-hmm. We are speaking of humans, not animals. Calm down.
We're not speaking about animals.
No. People have the option of doing what they want to do. People classify things differently. Some people, as far as dating,
hold it a little closer to your mouth, Don.
As far as dating, some people feel like, well, I'm single, I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah,
and
they
that's
can't. What gets them in trouble.
And you know what? But they can. Some people, everyone doesn't want a relationship. Some people want to sleep with different partners. If they're no longer married, they're not married, they're single. There's no law. There's no law against that. Morally, I would just say, as long as they're giving full disclosure to the people that they're sleeping with, because trust and believe, you can give full disclosure to people and date 10 different people, have 10 different sex partners, and you can be truthful with them. Don't act like those people can't rack up 10 different partners. You can see them out with a different person every night.
Okay,
and the
so
people
and
the people that they're out with would be perfectly fine with it. It's an option. People exercise it. So just because some people choose to date one person exclusively, other people choose to date multiple people exclusively. That's their right. Now some people do it in a deceitful manner, but a lot of people do not.
No, hold on. Ain't gonna be no dating multiple people exclusively. See, this is again the forgivable and unforgivable sins. Ain't gonna be no dating multiple people.
What I'm saying is
not in Django's.
Okay, but you're speaking on a personal level.
No, but
I'm speaking on a general level.
First of all, stop. You cannot date multiple people exclusively because one person is going to get missed. Oh, really?
Actually, you can, because you could have a weekday relationship, and you can have a weekend relationship.
That's not exclusivity.
But you're dating. No, you're dating both of them exclusively. You could have a Monday through Friday exclusivity.
So you gonna have sex with both of them?
With one of them, if you choose.
Yeah, you can.
We are speaking of adults.
So the question is, where does the honesty come in? When you gonna tell them?
They probably already know up front, but you can do that. What I'm saying is, don't act like it's impossible.
No, there's nothing impossible.
There are people out there that will accept all levels. No, trust and believe.
No. Trust me. Look, there's some people that
male and female. I'm not.
They gonna have no problem with that. They go get up in the bed. They ain't got no problem with that. I understand that it takes all kinds to make the world go round. Mm-hmm. I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing that if you're talking about an exclusive relationship, that's the hence term is exclusive. Now, there's a certain level of exclusivity when we talk about different things. Mm-hmm. You'll have a woman that gets a man that she gets money from. That's her exclusive relationship with him. Whenever she needs to go out for dinner and whenever she needs to go out for a good time, that's her boyfriend for that purpose. Then you'll have another girl that may have a guy that maybe he's always in her inbox sending certain strange pictures and good morning boo and how you doing, blah blah blah, and that's as far as the conversation goes. That's her exclusive relationship with him. And then you have the one girl that has the sex with the gentleman, like Jimmy said last week. If that's what you signed up for, then that's what you're getting, and that's basically what they have. They don't even really go out to do too much. It's always Netflix or Fire Stick and chill. You see what I'm saying? And that's their exclusive relationship. But what I'm saying is, and a girl said this last night in Real Talking 40, and I was laughing about it because I had one sister that got it. And she said, no, I can't do it because I'm going to mess around and call one guy the other guy's name. And I said, exactly. I said, that's the problem. When you start putting too many irons in the fire, that's where you run into it. And people try to act like they got it going on so much that they're not going to slip up and make those mistakes. And they always slip up and make those mistakes. So my thing about it is when we talk about doing exclusive, and look, don't get the game twisted. When we're talking about the dating realm and the relationship realm and the friendship realm, or the friends with benefits realm, is that situationships realm. There are certain things that people are doing that they feel that there are no rules. That's the thing, and you have to understand when you have a lifestyle that anything goes, everything will go. Okay, so you're going to have to expect for deceit. And I asked a girl one simple question. She said, well, I can have a guy that I go out to on a dinner date on Monday, and I can have a guy I go out to at a concert with on Friday. So you know what I did? I flipped it on her. I said, well, let me ask you this question then. And she said, it's all about honesty. That's what she said. It's all about honesty. I said, okay, well, let me flip the scenario on you then. I said, let's say you got a guy, you like him, but you've been seeing another guy. You go out to dinner date with him on Friday. He tells you he's at a concert with a friend. You know what she said? Well, he's lying then, and I got a low tolerance of BS, and he can go on. I said, well, first of all, he's not lying to you. He's at a concert with a friend. He's just not telling you what the level of the friendship is. So let's not be hypocrites about this. If you feel that you could have multiple partners that you're dating, okay, if you could have multiple partners that you're dating, why does he feel that he has to be stuck to the same level of honesty? And see, here's the reason why we talk about honesty. Honesty, the thing that is so free to give, but so few people use it. If I sit around here and I ask you a straightforward question, give me a straightforward answer. Okay? Don't sit around here and try to let me try to figure it out. Don't try to sit around here and make me don't insult my intelligence. Don't try to make me sit around and say, well, I was giving you hints, but you didn't catch it. No, just tell me flat out so we both know what it is. Because if you see me again, then you're going to know what it is. My thing about it is when you're in these type of situationships, relationships, honesty, because everybody says they want honesty, but people don't tell it. Okay? And I told her, I said, if you're dating multiple partners, I said, are you going to tell a man that you're dating multiple men? What head Sanford, let me ask you a question. And I might ask Dave this too. When have you ever dated a woman that when you dated her and she decided to be exclusive with you? And I know it's kind of strange because you are married, and I'm going to ask you the same thing, Subversive. Or you eating your M&Ms, you didn't even ask him you want to share none. That's just kind of messed up. When have you ever had a woman, if you were dating and she made you exclusive, that she stepped and told you when y'all were in the figuring out process that she was seeing multiple men at the time?
I've had a few said they just going on dates, they're not sleeping with it.
No, and see, we're gonna stop that lie too. We're gonna stop that lie too. I'm going on dates, but I'm not sleeping with anybody.
You can date without sex.
No, yes you can.
Yes, you can.
How long you gonna do that though?
As long as you want to.
No, you're not.
Because first
that
of all,
dude not sticking around for that. Bull.
One person cannot force another person into entering a sexual relationship with them. There's a name for that if they do. I'm sorry, and it's not legal.
Am I hearing this? So
it is possible to date without sex. You make it sound like just because people date for a certain period of time that sex has to take place.
No, what I'm saying to you is no man is going to continue to entertain you. Look, let me tell you something. How many conversations?
No, you can say that one man. You can only speak for yourself.
No, I'm going to talk about most men.
You cannot speak for what another brother will do.
Most men.
Because you know what? Let me tell you something about men and women, but since you want to put it on men, a lot of men will give mouth service to what they won't do, but you'd be surprised about what they will.
No, let me tell you what a man will do.
That goes for pretty much
Let me
everybody.
tell you what a man will do. Let me give you the game for free, young lady.
Okay.
If a man is dating you for 6 months and y'all going out on dates and y'all cool and everything is vibing, he not sleeping with you, he's sleeping with someone else.
Hold on. We didn't say the issue of him sleeping.
Hold on.
Him sleeping with someone else is not an issue, but him not sleeping with the person who doesn't want to sleep with him. You just added a whole nother layer.
No, but that's not the issue. That's not the issue. What I'm saying is you cannot go on dates for 6 months and everything is vibing, because eventually, I don't care how many lunch dates and dinner dates you have, you can't there's only so much conversation you can have at a lunch and a dinner date. You can't go on lunch and dinner date and keep talking about the same foolishness. Eventually, those lunch and dinner dates are going to have to go toward intimacy. And if they're not going toward intimacy, let me tell you something. If a guy dated you 6 months and everything is vibing and y'all cool with each other and he ain't trying to get you to his bed and you ain't trying to talk about going to your bed, he's sleeping with somebody else.
Okay, but have you ever thought that maybe the woman is sleeping with someone else too? You're putting
he's going to figure that out.
You're putting everything off on people refuse to be in a relationship without sex.
Oh, Jesus.
It doesn't matter where the sex is coming from, but if these two people agree that they can date without sex, that's perfectly fine. And I'm sorry to tell you this, sweetie, I have never been a man, but I bet I've dated more than you have. I bet I've dated more men than you. Exactly.
So don't
sit over there and tell me about what a man will not do, because they will. And if I'm not, and the bottom line is that if most women, if they're not sleeping with a man for whatever reason, they really don't care who he's sleeping with.
Yeah, that's my hope. Okay, let me break you.
But what
down.
I'm trying to tell you is that who a person is sleeping with may not be an issue in this particular relationship. In this particular dateship, it might not even be. You're trying to make it an issue where there actually might not be an issue. You're saying that sex with a person he's going out with has got to be an issue. Well, if he's getting taken care of elsewhere, it's not going to be an issue with her.
You're not listening to me. Again,
actually, I am listening, and I'm kind of horrified. I am listening.
Well, be horrified because I'm going to horrify you right now.
You sound like a male chauvinist.
Oh, I'm a male
chauvinist. I'm not going to add pig to that, but if you oink and spit some bacon out of your mouth, you might just look like one. But you sound like a male chauvinist.
Like a male chauvinist? Well, watch me go full pork chop on you right now. Since I'm going to sound like a male chauvinist. I'm going to break you down. You're speaking from a personal perspective, but you cannot. And okay, I have a brother over here agreeing with me. You cannot speak for all men. I can't speak for all men.
Because men are just as varied as the snowflakes that's going to fall in Michigan this winter. You cannot speak.
Oh, there's some lames out there. I agree.
Just like I can't speak for all women. You can't speak for all men.
You just did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I'm not speaking for all. What I'm saying is that just because the situation is different than what you as an individual are accustomed to, that does not make it wrong. That makes it different.
Oh, it makes it different.
It makes it different.
Okay,
People
well let me break that. Hold on, just
you citizen of the United States of America.
Calm yourself. Calm yourself. Again, we're gonna try this again because obviously I didn't come enough clear the first time. If me and a person are in a dating relationship.
See, you're personalizing again.
Okay. Well, I'm just putting myself as the example. Okay. A male. Okay. Now, yes, you can have a relationship with a person and there be no sex involved. That's not the issue. Never has been the issue. Now, and I'm going to let the men sit here and talk about it. You can have those relationships. But the thing about it is those relationships, the purpose of dating is to get to know someone better and to decide if you're going to date them to pull forward with them to another level. Now, if a person realizes after X amount of time, we're not going to another level. Okay. If a person decides we're not going to another level, guess what? Okay. We need to decide either one, we're just going to continue dating. We're just going to be friends. At that point, we're just friends. Never going any further. Period. Now, if we're going further than that, and it has not progressed past just dinner, dates, and lunch, okay? Because here's the thing. I don't know anybody that jumps into a relationship without at least having intimacy involved. Most people will not do that. Now, don't say about it's me. I'm talking about how a male, just before you grab that phallic object, let me go ahead and just put this out here for you.
Thinking.
Okay, hold on. Now, if you meet another person and you decide to move forward with them, okay, eventually you're going to not only make it known that you want to move forward with them, you're going to show them that it can go further than lunch and dinner dates. And if it goes further than lunch and dinner dates, then the other person is going to be, okay, 6 months, all we're doing is we're going out to lunch and dinner. Obviously, it has not progressed forward. So either two things in a male's mind has to go. I'm not going to say let me take me out the conversation. Two or three things are going to go through in a male's mind. One, she's not interested as she says. Okay. Number two, she might be sleeping with somebody else because we have not progressed past informal communication and dates. So 3, maybe I need to decide to move forward with someone else who wants to go forward with me past dinner dates, lunch dates, and nothing forward. That's it. Okay? That's it. Now, she can be doing whatever
You're saying that no man on this earth would have any other thought processes or options other than what you just listed.
If he don't want nothing from it, he's fine. That's the point. If all he wants to do is hang out and have a good time, and that's all, what did I say last night on the post? If you're single and you're not looking for a relationship, go out, date, have fun, do you. Go and have many men, and here's the benefit. You can sleep with all of them. That's the kicker. But if you're looking for a relationship, the worst thing you can do is start entertaining multiple parties. And then you start confusing them because what's going to happen is there's going to be a sexual overlap between them. Okay? That's going to be the first problem. And then what's going to happen is
it's a problem to you.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people like that overlap.
Well, good luck with that.
Well,
good luck with that.
That's why they do it. So
Okay.
there is always an overlap. So when
They know,
guy A
and you
has
know what
a
there
headache-
also be? You know what there also be? A stalker overlap. Because now when it's time to break off from one guy, now the other guy's like, why is this guy still texting you and doing all this? Because you know what happened? Now you done went cold turkey on one guy. And the other guy's like, what happened? Why? We was kicking it every week. We were going out on lunch days. Now you don't want to, you was coming on breaking it off. Now all of a sudden you don't want to do it.
Right. Well, I think on this one, Deacon Django, I think that you and I will simply just have to agree to disagree. Because you've talked a lot, but your stance hasn't expanded or changed. So you are kind of long in the tooth. I understand
Did she
that.
pop me like that?
You believe what you believe, and you
Right.
said it 10 different ways, but your stance hasn't changed.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It's just become, the more you talk, it's becoming more and more obvious that you're not flexible on this one, and you have the right to be that way. I'm not saying that, I'm not taking.
Well,
a
then will you
stance.
tolerate? Let me ask you a
Okay,
question.
hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on. I was talking
If I-
first.
No, actually, you cut me off, but I'll let you have that.
Well,
one.
because you're rambling. But what I'm saying
Oh,
is that
I'm rambling.
yes, you're rambling and you're saying the same thing. You're repeating yourself. But we get your point. You're making your point very well. The only thing I'm saying is that I understand your point. I understand where you're coming from. But people have the freedom to choose what they want to do, and you have to respect that freedom. Their freedom of choice may not be your truth, but it is there. So
let me ask you a question.
can't
Hold on, freedom of
pigeonhole.
choice. Would you tolerate it?
It depends on where I was at that point in time.
Really?
Yeah, it just
so you don't
depends.
mind having, one guy in bed, one guy?
Well, while at the point
Would
in
you
life,
tolerate that for a relationship?
No.
Okay, thank you.
But if you had asked me that maybe, the week after I got divorced, I probably would have had a completely different answer
Real.
because I would have been in a different place mentally.
But I didn't ask you that, though. I didn't ask you whether or not it was acceptable. All of us.
No, at the point in my life that I'm at now, I'm not there. But I recognize another person's freedom to be there. And if they want to stay in that situation, then, hey, have fun. Be safe, have fun. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so that's
I'm not one of those people. I decline from telling people that they're wrong. I just want to protect everyone's freedom of choice to do what they want. And it doesn't matter if we acknowledge
freedom
the fact
of
that
choice.
Exactly.
Breaking hearts for millennia.
But you have to understand the heart is not always involved. It's usually something a lot lower. You're putting the heart into it.
I can't believe I'm hearing this morning.
I
had to say that on the post. I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And and it always pulls out. It always pans out. And why does it always pan out? Because people always make the wrong choices at the wrong times. They dissolve friendships. They dissolve relationships. And then they sit around and say, well, that's where I was at that point. Nobody want to hear that. Because there's a certain thing in relationships called collateral damage. See, here's the problem. People need to stop trying to dance around the truth and let it have its say at a certain point. And just because the truth is not popular doesn't make it any less true. And you're right. Look, let me tell you something. I done had all sorts of forays with women, multiple dates. I done did that. I done been there. Like Jimmy said, I done had stamps on my passport. Okay? And what it ends up with when it's all said and done at the end of the day is you end up lonely, relationships shattered, you still ain't married, and now you sitting around here approaching 50, and you sitting around here trying to figure out why you haven't been married. Now, if marriage is not your thing,
I mean, to figure out why people haven't been married, it could be something simple. It doesn't have to be anything complicated.
No, it's very
a lot of
simple.
people
You know what the
just
simple is?
Don't want to be bothered. How about that? Don't want to be bothered. Commitment phobe. Financially secure, and they don't want to risk
and
that.
that's all it is.
Hold on. They have peace in their home. There's multiple short answers for why a person is still single. Let's give a one-word answer. Scared.
Hold on, but I'm not arguing that. That's the problem. The answer is simple. The answer's always been simple. The answer has never been complicated. The problem with it is that people complicate other people's lives when they should make it simple. Okay? And the problem with it is once you don't want to make it simple anymore, there's a certain thing called collateral damage. Collateral damage is the things we do to people while we're trying to find ourselves. Okay? And it comes to a point in a certain part of your life that you should figure out where you want to find yourself.
Well,
that's called maturity.
A lot of people aren't lost. Other people just don't believe it.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people that we assume are lost because we assume they're lost because we don't understand their actions.
No, I assume they're lost because they tell you they want one thing and their actions go totally against the grain of what they say they want. We got a phone call. You hold on. Because you come to my show talking about I'm repeating and rambling, blah, 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 my freedom of choice. Okay, freedom of choice.
Okay, phone call.
Yeah. Hold on, wait a minute. I know that's you, Stan, but okay, phone call. Deal with you in a minute. Hello, this is Django's Judgmental Service. You can go ahead and go.
Hey, man, you better leave me alone, man.
What's up, Stanley? What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm going to get Trump to come up there, man, and get all y'all colors in line.
I'm telling you, this one over here, boy, she just trying to take me through the wind. What's going on, Stanley? What you know good, big boy?
Man, it's going to be right for Thanksgiving. We're going to Orange Friday.
What's going on? You still suffering from hangover, bro?
Hey, man, look here. The older I get, the harder homecoming becomes.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
I've been taking ice baths, Doc, and Gatorade. And I woke up this morning, man, and just swear I could smell a fish cooking somewhere. I got to go find it.
Ooh, boy, you got some fish. Well, bring me a 3-piece and some fries.
Look at Doc, down in the country, man, they fry that perch. I don't know if you ever had no fried perch before, but it's pretty good eating.
With that hot sauce.
With the hot sauce.
Yeah.
No, man, I got Mexican friends, so we dip our fish in salsa.
Oh, okay. I gotta try
Yeah,
that.
we some multicultural Negroes when we come to tailgate.
I think I messed around, cut my live off, but we're gonna work on that. Talk to us, Stanley. What's been going on with you, man? What has been going on? We got 5 minutes left. I'm gonna let you have that time because I'm gonna have to deal with Subversive. She done came up here and tried to get Subversive on the show. What's been going on and trending right quick?
Well, I'm gonna just tell you what's trending. What's trending is it's getting ready to get cold outside, so y'all better get y'all a big dude with a beard, some great jogging pants. That's what you best do. And if you messing with a dude who ain't got no gray in his beard, he ain't got no savings account, so y'all can't go nowhere but on the weekends. That's it.
So, talk to me. Did you see this thing about President Cheeto that sat around told this widow this week that when her son got
observed,
that he knew what he signed? Oh, Jesus,
man, you got to stop. You got to, at this point, man, seeing it in is just like watching Living Color. It's not even worth trying to make sense of.
I know it's not even. Is it? I mean, this guy's just a consummate screw up. I mean, in every sense of the word.
Well, you say stuff so politely and politically correct. So
I got to. It's Christian radio.
On 45, all I can say, man, is that he's the equivalent to the Candy Man on Django. Let y'all just use your imagination to figure that part out. Because I'm not going to the hot box. I refuse. I'm not going.
So, real quick, I got a question for you just before we get ready to wrap up. We still got 5 minutes going.
Before you give me that question, I just want to tell you, I want to say on radio, I'm upset with Gucci, man, because I didn't get an invite.
Yes, oh, Lord, did people really? I mean, Did he charge people to watch his wedding? Is that what I'm hearing?
He made a lick off that wedding, Doc, enough to pay the bill. So you got to kind of give him props for being genius.
Yeah, that's ingenious to go and charge you to watch your wedding. I'm gonna be happy to sit food for the divorce in 5 years.
Burr. So what you got? Go ahead and ask your question. But I know we ain't got no minutes left on the show.
Well, I'm telling you, boy, stop getting them Obama phone. Wait, 3 minutes. Okay. Forgivable and unforgivable sins in a relationship. Can you name something to me?
Forgivable sins in a relationship?
Forgivable and unforgivable.
It is Christian radio, right?
Yes, it is, unfortunately.
Okay. So let me just put it this. So some things I can forgive in our relationship if we on Christian radio. Mm-hmm. Okay. I can forgive you sleeping with a deacon, but you can't sleep with the pastor. I can't forgive
Thank
that.
you.
Mm-hmm. Other things I can forgive. I can forgive you taking our savings and getting your hair and nails done, but I can't forgive you taking our savings and buying your boyfriend a car. I can't do that. I can forgive you going to the bathroom and not flushing all the way because we married and sometimes that thing happens. I can't forgive you for using the last hot baby wipe if I'm in the bathroom.
Oh, my God.
I need my cleanliness and my clarity when I'm on the pot. And so I'm going to need you to unarm that last baby wipe because the ones is like the baby-scented ones are like the very best ones when it comes to making you feel like your underwear will be clean when you change.
Boy, it's always something with you. So,
well, I got an Obama phone, man, so I ain't got a whole bunch of minutes. So I got to get all my stuff in like 7 minutes or less.
Okay.
Is Nat Cat the other day?
No, Nat Cat had to go to the pumpkin patch. I'm gonna talk bad about her after the show. So she'll be here next week, and I got to get with you because I didn't get with you chance for homecoming. I got we got a package I got to bring to you. So
yeah, I was looking for you, man. That thing on go to yours showed up, and you wasn't nowhere to for the go sit outside all night long.
Boy, look here. I get with you on that. I'm gonna give you a call on that later. But I thank you for calling. Anything you want to say before you leave?
Yeah, I want to say that thongs are appropriate for men. If you wearing them, you should just get off the radio station right now.
Boy, get off my phone. Oh, my God. And that is us for today. Of course, Jigan the Django has been beat up, but he going to come back strong next week against this one over here. Because she said, I've been judging everybody. I'm going to judge you again next week. So we thank you guys for joining us again this Friday. We want to see you guys again, same bad time. Oh, and don't forget, guys, we need your votes. We're getting ready to go to the movies next month. We're going to have us a fun time, shenanigans and prizes and food and everything. So get your votes in for the movie. Roby Warren from The Room is going to be doing that. And we want to thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you again here next Friday. And don't forget, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of Hell's Kitchen. Bye, folks.